You guys ready for some more rock, paper, scissors? Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And rock, paper, scissors, shoot. How'd you guys do this time? Alright everybody, we got another match going on here, and this one's a flashback from 53. So he's got a Gengar and I've got a Dusk Noir, which is awesome because I know I can, even at the worst, live a Spec Shadow Ball and 2-hit KO him back with Shadow Sneak. So I go for it and he taunts me. So he must have been predicting that I would use Pain Split, or not Pain, or Will-O-Wisp, thinking that he would switch, but no, I just went right for the kill because I hate Gengar. So now it's pretty clear he's going to switch, but I am really afraid of Destiny Bond. If he is leading off, that does scare me a lot, so I think about it for a while, but I figure, I'm just going to go with Ice Punch. It ends up working awesome as he switches to Zapdos, but I'm really glad he did not have Destiny Bond. So there he roosts, and my first thought was that I'll just Ice Punch all day. If he wants to play that game, maybe I'll get a freeze. And now, for some reason, even though I've never had it used against me, I don't think, I'm really afraid of Toxic. I don't know why, but I just was. I wanted to go to Bliss because she doesn't care about it, but she's got nothing to do to Zapdos either. If he happens to be like a sub-set that just slowly whittles you down, Blissy's going to be worthless. And I didn't want to go to Starmie, because even if it has Natural Cure, I don't want to take the T-Bolt. Likewise with Metagross, I didn't want to go to him, because I need him at as much HP as possible, so I couldn't risk it, and I was kicking myself when I saw he had Toxic. I'm like, man, I gotta start acting on my intuitions more. So I get this guy Toxic, so he's, I don't want to say worthless because he's still at full hit points essentially, but he's now quickly going to become fodder. So I believe I switch out here to go to Machamp, as I can totally scare that thing away with Machamp, and I know I can take easily one hit, and I do have Lumberry should he try to Toxic me as well. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. I was still a little bit afraid of Sub, so I didn't want to just try and use Will-O-Wisp on it for the hell of it either. So anyway, knowing that, or expecting that he's going to switch, I'm going to go right for Dynamic Punch, figuring at the very worst it'll be Confusion Hacks. And in comes Slowbro, which, go figure, it resists it and it doesn't get confused. I'm just like, don't! So that really stinks. I could go for Payback, but I don't want to take a Psychic just in case he has it. So this time I do switch, go to a Starmie. He's got a Calm Mind, but I got to kill this thing. So I go with one hit. Looks like about 50% of his full health. So it'll be an easy 2-hit KO despite his +1, which is nice. So that makes me think that he's not going to want to stay in, and I should switch moves. But I really don't want to risk it. If he tries to slack off or something and I don't finish it off, then he can get, you know, some more turns of crap going on. I end up going for it because I just don't want to risk it, see what he wants to do. In comes a Zapdos, which I have Ice Beam for, but looks like he gets paralyzed. I was thinking of going Ice Beam in the first place, so I was kicking myself at first, but that Paralyzed really makes up for it. That was really nice, and I'm definitely glad I didn't burn this thing. So, now the question is just, what do I want to do now? I probably won't one-hit KO from there with Ice Beam, though it would be really close and I could finish off Zapdos with anything else. I think I'm going to want to save this thing, switch it out of here now, and try and finish it off with something else. So, he does get paralyzed the first turn, which I've noticed, maybe it's coincidence, but the first turn after something is paralyzed seems to be the most often that it gets fully paralyzed. But anyway, go for a Stone Edge, doesn't KO. I didn't quite think it would, and his T-Bolt does a little bit more than I wanted, but I can't really ask for everything now, can I? So I don't want to lose all my Stone Edges. I don't want to go with Dynamic Punch again just in case Gengar tries to come back or something funky. So I switch to Ice Punch just because I can, and in comes Donphan. So it's like, yes, all my random-ass move changes are going into weaknesses. This is wonderful. So he takes about 35, 40-ish% and then has leftovers. But I make a mistake later on here thinking that Ice Punch was done by Duskmore, and it was not. Anyway, I'm thinking a lot of things. I'm thinking he might want to set up Stealth Rock. I'm thinking he may want to Earthquake. I end up switching to Noir, pretty much just as fodder to scout out the moves. I could Will-O-Wisp it here if I wanted. I could go with some Ice Punches here if I wanted as well. I didn't want to go to Bliss because I've had bad experiences with a Donphan being adamant and max attack and 2-hit KOing Bliss. So, and likewise, I didn't want to go to my secret Ninjask hanging out fearing Ice Shard. So I went to Noir. I'm going to go straight with Ice Punch, I think. I thought he might go to Slowbro, and I thought about Shadow Sneaking, but I figured, it's probably low enough where Ice Punch and Shadow Sneak is going to KO it anyway, and it turns out I was really, really wrong on that regard. So I'm going to switch out now, expecting him, even if he surfs, I know I can survive it, because that 40% I'm missing or whatever was with the Calm Mind. So now I'm thinking he's Sleep Talk with Calm Mind and Surf. So I know that if I want to capitalize with a Ninjask, I'm going to have to come in as he's resting. I don't want to switch to it now and have him get surfed or something and bite the dust. So I go for T-Bolt just so I can try and kill it off. And he's probably intent on having this thing just biting the dust, so I go for T-Bolt again. So far, all I've used has been T-Bolt, so I'm hoping he thinks I'm going to be Scarfed and brings in Donphan now, but he doesn't. He brings in this guy, which tells me he either 1, has nothing to do about Starmie, or 2, this thing itself is Scarfed. So if he brings it into something that could potentially be Scarfed itself, he's got to be Scarfed. So, and if it's not Scarfed, he's just that afraid of Starmie. I'm going to want to keep Starmie anyway. So I switch the heck out, go to my fodder, and he goes with a Shadow Claw, which, similar weakness, not too big of a deal. So by him going with Shadow Claw, that pretty much solidifies me thinking that it is in fact Scarf. So I believe I go to Blissey here to force him into nothingness, and I do indeed, and he still goes for it, goes for the kill even on fodder, but that's cool. Now I can use it as death fodder for something else later, which is nice. So, a few options here. I could do a T-Wave. He does have Donphan, he does have a resting dude, but S-Toss is going to be worthless pretty much, so I go for T-Wave just in case it's not Scarfed and I'm wrong or something like that. And unfortunately now he's going to allow himself to burn a turn of sleep. So I could go to Ninjask, but again, I'm just really afraid of him getting lucky with Sleep Talk and doing a ton of damage to Ninjask and making him all but worthless. So I'm not going to go for that risk yet. I go right back to Starmie because I know she'll be fine. She can 2-hit KO with T-Bolt, and I'm going to continue to just go down that beaten path. So I am thinking that eventually he's going to start bringing in Donphan, which he does, but I didn't want to just yet. He still might think I'm Scarfed, so now I'm going to switch to Surf, throw the cat out of the bag, expecting it to own this thing. Unfortunately, however, he was not predicting that I am Scarfed. He either knew it or just wanted to fodder this guy anyway. I have a cat attacking my foot, but I'm able to take out Gengar, which is pretty sweet because it really did nothing, so that's nice. In comes this guy again, so I really know he's Scarfed. I'm probably going to, I believe I go to Dusknoir just as that death fodder again to give me a switch initiative. I thought about going to Bliss, but I don't know how much it's going to take should he in fact predict Noir and use Return or something like that. So he gets a worthless crit. Cat, you're knocking over my garbage can. What are you doing? I will pet you later. So now I've got a few options of stuff to bring in. I could bring in Metagross, but again, I want him to be at as much HP as possible if he has to take a pass, because he does have Life Orb, and I don't think he's supposed to. I think he's supposed to have lefties, but I forgot. I could go to Machamp. I end up going to Blissey anyway, thinking that he is going to switch, and this will allow me to switch immediately from here into something else. Now the question of whether it's going to be Machamp, Metagross, or Ninjask, or hell, even Starmie, anything else, I still haven't quite figured that part out yet. So, because he could go to Slowbro trying to burn more turns of sleep. He could go to Donphan expecting T-Wave. He still has a guy I have not yet seen, but I have finished off 2 of his guys already. So he predicts T-Wave, and I ended up going to Gilgamesh hoping that Slowbro would come in and I could hit some paybacks on it. So here I don't think, or here is where I thought that 40% I had done was with Dusknoir, and I figured Machamp would do a lot more, and because Ice Punch and Stab Dynamic Punch are the same base power, so I went with that. But unfortunately I was wrong, so it didn't do nearly as much as I was expecting it to. He didn't get confused, and Machamp went down. So there's Cat, quit knocking over my trash can, you stupid beast. So I bring in Starmie, as obvious, because he doesn't really have anything to do with it, against it. So it's just a matter of, do I want a T-Bolt thinking Slowbro might come in? Do I want to Ice Beam, because I can, or just go with a Sab Surf. I end up going with Ice Beam because it'll still hit Slowbro a little bit, and I know that Gold knows that he watched one of my last vids where I thought that the guy would T-Bolt on Swampert. So I didn't want to T-Bolt there just because I knew that he knows me well enough. That's honestly it. If I was facing a random, I would have T-Bolted right there, and I would have lost my Starmie. So in comes this guy again. I'm so... God, he brought in this one NU guy just because he knows it messes with my head, especially when they're scarfed. But, so this dude's back in here again, and Noir is now dead. But considering I've got Ninjask, 2 sweepers, and Bliss left, I just go to Bliss, honestly, as fodder, even if she does get owned. His return does nothing because he forgot that he actually just traded this guy over to that cart, so he could have all his guys on one cart. So that's why it did nothing, unfortunately for him, and a total waste of a move. So I tell him, who knows how much it would have done. I'm just going to use Soft Boil here as you switch out, just so that it kind of puts it in the same position that it quote-unquote should have been. So just as a nice gesture, I wanted to do that. So I go back to Starmie immediately. I thought he was going to wake up on that turn, honestly. And now it's going to allow me to T-Bolt again, I believe. And my thought process is that even if he rests immediately, since now I notice that he's not Sleep Talk, if he rests immediately or something like that, I can start going back into Ninjask and start boosting up. But I got a crit and just flat out killed him, which I was not expecting. I stay in here because I went to Bliss last time, so I didn't think he would use Shadow Claw again. But he called my bluff on that one and went for it and finished off Starmie. So unfortunately now Bliss is in here with nothing to do. I haven't seen his 6th yet. I know his ground type is dead, so I knew it was a good time to use T-Wave better than any, and this is not good. Ape can totally sweep the rest of my team, so that Paralyze might actually be the definitive factor in this game. I go with S-Toss because I need to get as much damage as I can on this thing, so Metagross can kill it with a T-Punch or an Ice Punch. And he doesn't have close combat, it looks like. He's got a nifty little stat-boosting Ape instead. So, I mean, heck, maybe he could have just been predicting a switch or something with Blaze Kick anyway, but... because he doesn't have close combat, I am in fact able to finish off the Ape, and then he Swords Dance predicting my Soft Boil, and it didn't work out for him. So that's going to leave just a Scarf Zangoose, who doesn't have Return, and he obviously can't use Shadow Claw. So he pulls out a close combat because he can't use Return, which at the same time, I was telling him later, I've got a Metagross that you haven't seen yet who would resist Return, and Return wouldn't 2-hit KO Blissey anyway. So... I bring in Ninjask now, which I could protect and stall him out of close combats, but instead I'm just going to end up Swords Dancing as I do ×4 resist it, so I know I should be able to live even if it does crit. I was a little afraid of it, but in hindsight, thinking back, it was kind of silly to be afraid, so I'm thinking a lot here, and I'm thinking a lot because I was so afraid I didn't want to blow it. So I go with Swords Dance, he close combats, it does... a ton less than I thought it would, and it's kind of too bad. So I get a second dance because I know that if I switch into Metagross and he does get a crit and does manage to finish it off in one shot, or very close to it I should say, I need to make sure I can kill his Zangoose in one shot of my own. So I got up a second dance, and then just for kicks I put up a sub just because I wanted to see if it'd survive, and it did. So Metagross gets to come in for free. He's now got like -3 or -4 drops, and I've got +4 Life Orb on Metagross. So that'll just be an easy Life Orb for the kill. I had a ton of fun. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to check out more vids in the near future. Peace.